Okay, hey collective. This is the reading I'm going to call Now What? Because I feel like this is just people doing things to try to change their own, change their own circumstances, etc., etc. So, what's happening out there? Someone's feeling lonely. But they also feel like it's a blessing that their mask came off. But they know that that's going to isolate them from whatever profession that they wanted to do. Okay, what else? Ooh. And maybe their mask came off with respect to, like, they were, telling people that they weren't drinking anymore. And maybe someone behind the scenes got caught up. Like, maybe they missed something. Like, they didn't show up because they had drank. Yeah, has something to do with, like, I get like they had trusted somebody or some friends, or they were trusted their friends to help them go along with this idea. Okay, an idea of what? Well, whatever it is, they didn't win. I guess it was like pretending to take off their mask and stop drinking. And, they were hoping that that would get them to, out of this position that they've got themselves into. But that's not working. Like this, whatever it is that they were trying to stop from withdrawing from them, they are being withdrawn from that. Whoa, maybe some alliance, and they're being told they need to go and like do things the right way. Humanness, morality, goodness. Like they need to really go learn how to be good, like a good person from the inside out. So maybe someone's, they trapped themselves. So maybe someone's bad behavior, like drinking and partying and stuff like that, caused them to miss out on some things, caused them to mess up behind the scenes. Let's see. Let's look and see. Because it has something to do with their job. So they missed something with respect to their job and their like profession. All right. What is it that they messed up in their profession? Okay. The reason why they didn't overcome is I don't know if they were trying to penetrate somebody else's thinking or their own thinking, but it was like basically they may have been trying to prey on someone's ability to believe in love, because it says don't believe every poopy thought you have, and it says thoughts can be sneaky lying bastards. So they weren't able to use some type of mental magic, it looks like, with respect to somebody who was working on having love in their life. So it's like give some, get some, give some, it will cheer you up. So essentially what they're finding out is that whomever they were trying to stop is actually getting some and giving some. And and that's why they're so cheered up. So maybe they see this person cheered up and knows that they're getting some love or some love in too. Yep. Okay. I don't know why people tend to like, and I get it, because I've been there, done that, worried about somebody else that is no longer with you. But all that does is like hold you back. You end up getting a lot of stinking karma from that. Like, even if you only like attempt to like go against the grain and like not let go of somebody for, let's say say you were only involved in it for 3 months. That does not matter. The fact of the matter is that once you've done it, you're caught in that cycle until you actually realize what you've done. And just saying, okay, I didn't love this person, that's not enough. Like, it doesn't end. I think this somebody involved in this thinks that, like, saying, oh, okay, I love this person is what's going to change it. But this was a karmic relationship, so there's nothing that's going to change this. This was a karmic relationship. This is a relationship where triggers are brought up, and there's a lot of turmoil, there's resentment, there's a lot of lessons, letting go and loving you. This is the relationship that's supposed to, and that's the thing, sometimes it doesn't. Because I know when I was in this opportunity the first time around, it was like, okay, I was free, I had a brand new lease on life, I could do anything that I wanted to, but I kept dilly-dallying with this karmic relationship. And even though everything was going great for me, eventually it comes back. So it's like you may be going through this cycle of actually learning the lessons and getting through the triggers and blah, 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 blah. But for some reason, karma backtracks. It like comes in like a sneaky snake in the background. But that's that snake energy. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, looking over your shoulder, the other woman. So then maybe this person attach themselves to an entity that operates in only karmic, energy. Yeah. Somebody that likes to like watch and look up other people, stalk people, gaslight them, you know, create false perceptions or illusions, right? Focusing outward versus inward. So, you know, that's always going to be an issue. You will never get into a healthy relationship. And if anybody that, you know, from your past keeps taking you back and keeps going through these cycles with you, they're not going to learn anything either. These people are just as, you know what I mean? Like, until you can get out of the cycle of a karmic relationship. But it sounds like somebody who's stuck in their own karmic cycle with themselves. Maybe this, you know, applies to several people. They're now maybe even realizing or being faced with the fact that if the person that they were trying to trap or trying to get connected to them, or, you know, the person they wanted to stay in this karmic relationship with them, if that person would have followed them, they would lose everything. Maybe that's what people are realizing. Like, that's maybe what some of the collective or this collective's people have realized. You have so many choices and options. Yeah. And perhaps for this person, it was like, you have all these choices and options. So they always felt kind of like insecure or defensive, you know, in this 5 of Wands, 6 of Wands, 5 of Swords, 6 of Swords energy. You know what I mean? Just disagreement and, you know, discord and, you know, always trying to like sit and wait for, you know, a moment to kind of come back and do stuff, you know. Yeah, you didn't want to be in that kind of, like, who wants to fight the person that they're in the relationship with? Like, it's almost like trying to catch them, you know, before they get you. It's like, who wants to play that game? That's what this person and the people like them do. It's like, oh, I want to hurt you before you hurt me. But it's like, I'm not looking to hurt you. I was looking to love you. Let me love you. That's what these people don't realize. And then they want to place blame and go, oh, you don't care. And, you know, I thought you cared. And da-da-da-da. And it's like, it's the 13th floor of the hotel energy. It's like, they keep trying to put you in this place that doesn't exist. When you go to a hotel and you look for the 13th floor, that button doesn't exist. So it's like, you can't love or care for them because they don't know how to accept that energy. Like, they're just so karmic that they don't, you know, they don't understand that their triggers are their things. Like, these are your issues. Like, if you think that I'm cheating on you, it's because you are insecure, not because I am cheating on you, or because you are cheating on me. And that's your insecure, like, that's your guilty conscience eating up at you. It's always one or the other, right? I think so, yes, right? These people are like so caught up in like wondering about where you are. And then every time they pop up in your energy, it's like you quickly avert your energy somewhere else. Yeah, they want to make you feel guilty. Like, I left because you told me to. It's like, yes, because I needed to heal. And I would hope that you would do the same thing too. And they're like, oh, well, are you going to choose me? And it's like, no, because you did not heal. You did not do any of the work. Like, that was the whole purpose of the breaking apart to get back together, was to allow you the space that you needed to heal and work on the things that messed us up the first time around. So when you do it the second time around, I can't take you for a third time around. Like, I just need you to go away. I don't understand what these people see. It's like, do you even see me that way? No, they don't see you that way. No, move on, go on, get on. The collective just wants to be, you know, free from other people trying to make a space for themselves in their lives, when the collective clearly has stated they don't want them. Like, that's the whole thing. If you guys are not together, if the person has clearly broken up with you, if you are free and single, if they are free and single, let them go energetically. Make up a new person. Even if you just need to focus on, you know, again, when I started clearing my energy and started taking my spiritual baths and getting on my spiritual walk, my connection was only with God. I wanted God to be my husband. I wanted God to be my best friend. I wanted God to be my business partner. I wanted God to be my, you know, everything. Like, teach me how to be a child. Teach me how to be a parent. I wanted God to be my everything. And it's through that, focusing on your God body. Like, because it's valid. You know, you have to tune in to tune in. That's the part that people forget. I went through a lot. I even went back with a person a second time around, only to end up feeling like, dang, what did I do that for? You know, if it weren't for my children, then I'd probably be like, You know, like, what, you know, I should have learned that lesson a lot quicker. But at the same time, it's like you get these wonderful things out of it that wouldn't exist otherwise too. Because that's what gets you to your actual person, the one that you have always wanted deep in your heart, but didn't, you know, always kept feeling like it was like, it's almost like that energy of like falling between your fingers. But what people don't realize is like for feminines, once a man takes you off the pedestal and sees your wicked ways and how you are, that's it. So it's like, that's why you do have to remain on that pedestal. And no, it's not about wearing makeup every day or getting up before they do and putting on your mascara so they don't ever see you looking this way or that way. No, that's not what it's about. Somebody thinks that's the pedestal. It's like, no, it's the pedestal of your like interior way of thinking, because they know if you think well and you do well, that you will treat them well too. Okay. So that's what somebody didn't realize. They were never taught that. Yeah, this person is under the impression like, oh, I just need more time to change and work on me. Yes, but that's irregardless of the other person. Like, yes, you do need more time. Yep. This person does need more time. Whoever this is that's getting caught up in all this malicious stuff, they do need more time. What they don't realize is that time is there. Time is now. And they need to have it by themselves so that they can recreate their outlook. Yeah. Right now, their self-image and relationships are reflecting their wounds, and they need to go in about that. Because it's like, if they were mirroring you, then it wouldn't be confusing. Because the collective's energy is not confused. The collective's energy is not sad. The collective's energy is not losing a love. It's gaining all of it. You know what I mean? Because that's what we exude. That's what we put out. So now they're mirroring whatever karmic energy, whatever snake energies that they had. And a lot of that, like watching, looking, stalking, gaslight, perception, focusing outward energy is coming towards them. Like, that's what's being mirrored everywhere they go. The karmic energy, the snake energy, the you know, stalking, gaslighting. I feel like that's what people are doing to them. Like, people are like, oh yeah, we'll get together. Yeah, sure. We can hang out, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like blocking these people. And for the collective, I feel like, you know, if you're like me, your number changed 6 months ago. So I feel like the boundaries and the lines are set very clearly each and every, you know, cycle for whomever you're invested in as far as the collective. And that's why a lot of people are coming into union now, because they're like, okay, that last 6 months ago, I got cut out. I ain't getting cut out again, you know, and they're wanting to mirror the attraction, flirting, dating, hookup energy, temptation to create a third party interference for you and your person. So that's why this energy is out here. They're also too afraid to talk to you if it's a divine masculine. And like, not a divine masculine, if it's a divine feminine who has a masculine that's trying to be in her energy, they will never be able to talk to you. It's just because it's like this energy of being more selfish. It's like you are putting yourself first, and you have no desire to really be with anybody who's, you know, who needs more time. You know that it takes time and cycles to time to heal, and progress is not going to be dependent. Like, you can't wait on somebody to get into the right habit. They have to be ready to move forward with you, or they get left behind. And that's just the circumstances. People should not be taking, you know, that to heart, because codependent relationships lead to a fear of intimacy, and people get in their ego, and that's not where the collective is right now. Collective doesn't operate out of that. Okay, let's see what else. So what are some lies that are being told right now? What are some lies that these people are being told, or are telling, rather? Because I feel like there's some lies being told outwardly. What are the lies? Ooh, okay. So the lies are someone saying that it's not the cycle and not the right time for physical interaction with your divine partner, that you should put caution on going on this vacation. That is the energy that the gold digger energy is putting out. That's because they want to gamble on the fact that you'll allow them the space to come back in. So essentially they feel like if they can keep you on the hook and not in your connection through this next, what is it coming up through? Like when it comes to Mercury retrograde, so we're getting a Mercury retrograde. If they can keep you out of union through up through this next Mercury retrograde, then that's the gamble that they're willing to take to try to get back in your energy. So understand these cycles that are taking place right now, if you have any fear in these spaces, in the space of sexuality, in the space of, you know, taking vacation and being free with somebody, in the space of like letting a new beginning take place, that is going to open up in the Mercury retrograde for this gold digging, gambling energy to come back into your life. And it's going to bring a health issue. It's going to essentially put your divine partner in a space of lacking patience, and then the connection doesn't make it. Okay? So this is a caution. Yeah, this is the challenge that you will face if you don't make your moves in the cycles that you're currently in. Because this is, you know, you're not in a retrograde, so that's always the best time to move forward. So even if it means you telling somebody like, oh, I think we should slow down, I think we should move back, you know, that's the energy that they want you in, because it will slow you down. Yeah, you will lose everything. That's the challenge. You will lose everything if you slow down in your effort, because it just pulls you into a drawn out cycle of waiting for someone's apology or something like that to make things better, or, you know, change the direction of things. But that's not a reality. A karmic relationship is a karmic relationship. And that's probably why these people are so terrified, why they keep doing all of this stuff to pull at your energy. I know my divine masculine's mother came into my energy just within the last 24 to 48 hours. And they want you to probably be in an energy of like, oh, your family won't like them, blah, 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 blah. I don't feel like that's a requirement. I feel like if someone gets into an energy of like putting a divine partner on hold, it will end the cycle of opportunity. Okay? Because the runner energy is the only one that feels like you need to hold on and wait. A running energy is always going to be the one, because that's how they keep you stuck in a codependent relationship. So when you hinder yourself, you hinder yourself. That's just how it is, right? Yeah, because this person there's a second energy out here that's like, okay, if you allow me to, because it's this person can only attempt to come towards somebody in a Mercury retrograde. So if you let them get to this cycle of this Mercury retrograde, yep, that came out right over they'll be back. So if you don't move forward, you know, in whatever that means to you, if you don't move forward, you essentially are back in your cycle of challenging, and you do lose everything this time around. There's no coming back, because this is just again, it's a fate. It's a fate situation. So yeah, they are waiting for, you know, the divine beings to make the wrong choice, to not act, to overreact, to, you know, whatever. Yep, they're going to hope that you or your person get into an energy of like, oh, just please wait for me. Please give me more time, because, you know, this is new. I've never felt this way before, blah, 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 blah. Every time you love someone, it's new, and you've never felt that way before. That is basically this runner's energy trying to put you and your person back into this runner chaser vibe, that they want to recreate this cycle where you guys keep doing that. They know that if you can be addicted to that, if you can be addicted, you know, persuaded in any way by whatever they're experiencing, like if you let them tether at your heartstrings with the fact that you know that they're hurting because they lost you, then that's going to keep you, you know, stuck with this snake energy. That's going to keep you on like a key on a ring to some karmic energy. So don't fall for any, you know, I'm hurt, I'm terrified, you hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. Like, they're going to pull out everything, right? You know, I don't want to lose you, you know, I'm so afraid, you know. But then as soon as you get back in there with them, it's well, maybe we should see other people, and I need more balance, because they are not mentally stable. They're not emotionally stable, okay? You need to think before you act with respect to anybody in your past. What I feel like is doing this, being like, not today, just like not dealing with it at all is the best energy, because dealing with it allows the opportunity for the hurt to come through with the conversations, maybe, or, you know, just frustration energy. Like, so avoiding it at all costs is the best way. That's my thought process. Listen, I changed my number. But, you know, that's the best way to have boundaries, because if somebody's still angry or still wants to move forward, or, you know, is having trouble cutting and breaking up, you know, or staying separated, then listen, that's the only way to really separate. You know, that energy of being sad and missing somebody, thinking about somebody, unsure like what they're going to do next and who they'll be able to get with, that is what's supposed to happen. That's the cycle that's supposed to help people learn their lessons, so that when they get into a new relationship, they don't muck it up. There's no way through it but through it. If these people go back to one another, then they end up in that same cycle. Because the person who's taking back somebody is taking back the person before they've learned their lesson. They don't learn their lesson until they go through all the cycles. Again, it takes a completely healed person to be with a completely healed person. What else? Yeah. Ooh, wow. Ooh. And even this person's family. So like I said, my divine masculine's mother came into my energy, and she's only been in my energy like a couple times, but spiritually. But it's like, even this person's family is telling them like, yes, keep going with the person that your new person, because that person keeps you calm. And every time this person calls you, you get angry and blah, 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 blah. So the family is even seeing this old person's strategy of like trying to bring conflict and just make you angry and upset and stuff. And they don't like that. Yeah. They feel like this person is trying to make sure that you stay afraid. Like that your family sees it now too. Okay. Divine masculine, divine feminine, whoever this, like if you have a supportive family, this family sees that this person is trying to keep you in this scared energy so that you don't move on. If this is the year you're supposed to be facing your fears, this is the fear to face, honey. And that's for both, like either the separation, like moving on to something new, and leaving what the past in the past. What else here? Yeah. I feel like your family knows that too, that like this person is just not okay. Like the reason why this past person is even acting out or trying to come around or doing anything is because you're comfortable with letting them go now. You are so comfortable with letting them go. And it's like, they know that they wanted you to stay not okay. It's that energy of like, who is it? Cardi B and her soon to be ex-husband right now. It's like, they keep going back and forth and back and forth. Or like, Jhené Aiko and, Big Sean. Like, people want their love to be good, but if you look at the dynamics of it, like the back and forth, the off and on, it's like, once you go and be with someone else, you should just continue to move forward, because going backward is never the right, look, it leads to this homelessness and this illness energy. Disease, weakness, fragility, failure, castaway, poor. It really does. It's an accident. You know what I mean? People can be sorry. People can be in pain. Look, it's coming out here and I'm so much pain. I'm sorry. Okay. But they have to heal on their own. Can't heal somebody. Look, yeah. So it looks like, you know, as long as you continue to move forward without fear towards your birthright, towards what you know, you'll always have this good news energy. Like, you'll always be able to stay and present. I feel like you'll even be able to present your family with a lot of good news, like the things that they were looking for, the things that they were wanting, the things that you weren't able to achieve in these past relationships, whether it be, you know, business success or family success, or just like the overall, you know, vow to live a good life, to be in a happy life environment, like where you come home every day happy to be around the people that are inside your home versus overloaded by it. Wow. Yeah, this is that curse. Yeah, this person, the way to avoid this disturbance from any past energies is just to let it go. Yeah, you can't have a third wheel. You know, you have to separate yourself that and just be in this two energy, even if it does seem a little isolated. But it's best to keep your relationship private, separate from this online community, even if it may feel a little confining initially. I feel like it's also so that you can continue to decline these people without interference. It's like you can keep your home happy and they won't ever be able to protest it, because it's not, you know, to them it doesn't really exist. Yeah, and that's a part of their strategy. So that will also stop their strategy for whatever they're attempting or wanting to do to kind of keep you from getting this gift. If they don't know you have it, then, you know, they cannot pull the ribbon off. You know what I mean? So I'm hearing like even keep your purchases secret, keep things, you know, maybe off the books. Yep. Because as long as they can't get through with this strategy of whatever they're trying to do, it will definitely put them into the space that they need to. So here's the thing. I was judging somebody. I was going to Pilates and I love this instructor. And then one day she called in and like, I was irritated because like we had this big, like tornado or something coming, storm coming. Cause I was in, out of state, you know, traveling, but we were having this big storm coming and I really wanted to get this, you know, 4th class of Pilates in. And then she canceled and I was like, ugh. And then she canceled because she had COVID. And I was like, yeah, right. Somebody having COVID right now. I was like totally like telling, you know, my driver, like, yeah, right. She had COVID. And then as soon as I got out the vehicle, I was hit with COVID. I'd never had COVID before. I didn't know how exhausting it was. I didn't know how draining it was. I didn't know how like life threatening it really was to experience. Even though I had had it, but it was like, just reminded me like, don't even start to speak. And so that's literally the energy right now. It's like, as soon as somebody starts to speak against your gain, it's going to backfire. It's going to result in basically more gifts being presented to you. But you also have to acknowledge too in your own space of like being able to not want to be judgmental. Like it's the whole moving away from judgmental, moving away from caring about the loss, you know, and that's hard, right? Okay, let me focus on that. So that's the thing. If you love something, you can let it go. And if you let it go, if it's supposed to be yours, it does come back. But there's this whole knowledge and understanding that like, it may come back and you may not even want it. You may have changed your mind completely about what it is that you like. Because when you evolve, you do change. Like you really do change what you like, who you like, why you like them, all of that. Yeah. So that's where these energies should be, you know, if they, long as it, I feel like some people are just going to be stubborn and, you know, want to continue to be optimistic about some type of like illusion. Ooh, which is going to deteriorate them is what, because I never realized what it says, deteriorate. And, it's going to kind of coach them right into this. It's like their obedience to this strategy and like confusion that they want to cause because of their own emotional battles, like to not to let go right now. It's going to essentially, they're not going to be able to do anything. Basically, it's like, it's going to put an end to them trying to put an end to whatever it is. Because this in the upright, this is endless harm and it's inevitable. And it's like, yeah, it can't defeat a right. I think that's the problem that they fail to realize too. Is like once the two accept each other, there's nothing that can get in the way of it. So like all these old energies, they were cleaned out when the breakups happened. And I don't think they realized that. Like even if they did happen to go back or call or be cool with the past person, it was like, it was only because I was clear of any emotional attachments or because I wanted to be clear of any emotional attachments so that I could be with my eternal love. And that's maybe what's gotten these people so frustrated. Like that's what they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear that you cleared yourself of them first so that you could even have the knowledge of having an eternal love. Maybe even some people were, you know, thinking that you were going to constantly be in this like hammer energy where you know, you're okay with the sabotage and rebuilding and then being interrogated about who, what, when, where, why, you know, and, you know, it just became really repetitive and, you know, it didn't feel like working on it, even though it's like this person wanted to be persistent in that, you know, but I feel like you would much rather just manifest, you know, a new beginning with someone that can be an eternal love that doesn't have, you know, that's not blind to what it takes, you know, that's not blind to what? The commitment, the investment that it takes. Yep. Investment, mega project, and wealth. Like the investment that it takes. Yeah. I mean, you can't fight that though. Like, Having somebody that matches your investment, like, it's like, okay, what else could anybody ask for, though? Because that's what everybody wants for in every relationship, is someone that matches their investment. Like, I want you to match how I love you. I want you to match how I treat you. I want you to match, you know, everything from beginning to the end, right? And that's why you'd be very cautioned in the new relationships not to bully your person, not to bully, you know, them into this or that, because you want it to be organic. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, but I feel like there's no hesitation for anybody anymore with respect to like where to invest at, you know, for this eternal love. Yep. 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 It's the perfect private, separate type of thing that should take place. Yep. Anything else here? I'm gonna leave it alone. Because it's clearly, it's like this whole like the introverts coming together to continue to be introverted is fate. Who doesn't want someone that gets them, you know? People are now moving on and divorcing, you know, and divorce energy can also just mean like separating oneself or confessing to another person. Like, that's maybe the final part of the confession of the divorce, is to confess to your actual person. Yeah. Because it's obviously something that hasn't been communicated. And I feel like past people, and you have had all the opportunities in the world to express whatever you wanted to express and actually show it. Now it's time to confess in a new situation. Yeah, wherever you're moving on towards, and to embark on that. Yep, to open your heart. It will help you attract real love. Yep, I didn't even know these cards were in here. Yep, that's going to create the intimacy that's necessary to completely cut off all past energies. Nice. Yep. Luck is on your side with respect to that. And this past person is likely too full of themselves. Anybody that's, you know, trying to get in the way of this. But I feel like they're just going to get back what they give, because that's somebody in the mirror. So whatever energy they put out is what they're going to receive each and every time. As long as a commitment is made, you will move on to this honeymoon phase. Maybe even going with your person to someone's wedding might be like the invite that you need. And that's going to help from having any Mercury retrograde energies. Yep. That's exactly how you move on from this Mercury retrograde energy. Yep. Because you have to give yourself a little time to acclimate before the Mercury retrograde too, so that everything can kind of settle. Because like, think about when you repot a plant, you gotta, you know, I don't know, there's things you have to do. We'll look up that, but that's also about the roots and stuff too. Yep. And that's also that quiet time in this honeymoon phase is also an extra layer of distance too between you and the past person. And that helps them to really let go. Okay. So, communicate with whomever you need to communicate to move forward. Like, whatever guardian angels or lost loved ones or whatever are telling you to do, whatever feels healthy, whatever feels best, moves towards that. Right? Okay. I feel like there's one more. Okay, one more for this last. Luck is on your side. Yes, with respect to letting go. Yep. Yep. Because someone else is trying to get in the way of this sexual chemistry. So it's, I mean, I'm not trying to be funny or trying to be, you know, wild or anything like that. But in all honesty, for some of these unions, like, you have to let those inhibitions go, because those inhibitions are not proper in this space. Like, do things correctly. Like, if you're concerned that, you know, I want to make sure that the next time before I lay down, and, you know, I'm not the type of person, I want to, you know, feel skins, but I don't want to be, you know, unprotected and exposed. So you wait the time that's needed. Like I said, there's 3-day, you know, testing that can go on. And if you've met somebody or you can't wait 3 days, then this is not the type of union that you want to get in, because these unions require self-control, and self-control is going to require that you have these conversations and feel confident moving forward with whatever you do, anytime you do it. There should be no backtracking. You know what I mean? That's the retrograde energy. That's the, I didn't take this, I didn't approach this the right way. So it's like, yeah, the only way to stop past energies from coming in is to have the intimacy. That's literally what it's saying. Maybe this is a message for an air sign. But yeah, date night. Open up your heart. You know, don't let this liar energy come back into your life. Yeah, what you're manifesting, what you want, you know, that is your love spell. Like, your love spells will work in this instance with respect to what you want, as far as like your date night going exactly like you're going off without a hitch. If that's what you're manifesting, yes. As long as you open up your heart to that, that's the key to all of this. And I'm going to leave it there because that's where the cards told me to go. All right, I hope that this has been helpful and insightful in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, look, it's closed the cards out on both sides. So I hope this is helpful and insightful in some way, shape, or form. And I will catch you on the next. Woo! Ooh, and if your intuition is telling you that your new person will get pregnant, that is correct. They will. As long as you're moving forward and have the patience to, you know, ignore anything in the background. That is what will play out. So I hope this has been helpful and insightful. Catch you on the next. Later.